Back, everybody, to the closing here. We have some exciting announcements, and we want to thank you for being here for these last couple days. It's been really great to see kind of the combination of data on purpose and do good data, to see these communities coming together, to see everyone here who's been participating. It's really been, I've been blown away by the conversations that I've heard occur over the last couple days. And it's something I think that wouldn't have happened at Just Data on Purpose or Just Do Good Data. I think really it's been about bringing this stuff together. And we want to show you, we have a couple pictures here of the last couple days. And one of the things I want to reflect on is, I was talking to somebody just a couple minutes ago, and they were asking, data arts, there you go. An empty stage. Okay. So I was being asked, essentially, how did I feel like things went, and did I accomplish what I was hoping to accomplish? And one of my goals for these couple days was that we would experience some tension. One of the reasons I wanted to have this kind of shared experience, this shared conference, was to experience some tension over the use of algorithms, some tension over how we care for the most vulnerable populations, and how do we develop with that kind of vulnerability in mind. And so I'm glad that I think many of us, hopefully, over the last couple of days, have felt a little bit of tension, have felt like ourselves being pressed to wrestle with some big questions. And there's been a few emerging and recurring themes, I think. One of them is that our strength as a sector is in our diversity, that we need to develop from a place where we're including populations that are oftentimes excluded in the development of technology and the development of data tools. I think, too, we need to be cognizant of and sensitive towards how the technology that we're developing increases the vulnerability of the most vulnerable. We need to think differently, I think, now than we've had to maybe over the last few years. And the last thing I want us to remember, and I think this picture is a great to end on, because what I want us to leave here feeling is that we're not alone. I think many of us can sometimes feel that we're fighting an uphill battle, that we're asking questions that no one else is asking, and that we're wrestling with challenges that can feel isolating. Sometimes we approach our work from a different perspective than other people in our organization. Sometimes I think we can feel out of place amongst some of our other peers. So my hope is that you leave here realizing that you're part of a community. And you're part of a growing community of people that are asking hard questions, facing them head on, not going with easy answers, and really pushing forward to create a better sector, to create solutions to the problems that we've set out to solve. So I just wanted to, as we wrapped up here, say thank you so much for being a part of this, and I hope it's been a valuable couple days for you.
And I'll echo a lot of what Andrew said, and add to that while the world out there might be struggling with the value of data and alternative facts and post-truth and all of that, this conversation over the last 2 days has done nothing but affirm for me the importance of the role of civil society leading when it comes to digital innovation. And we take data seriously. So I want you to take back out your homework that I gave you first thing this morning. And has everybody now, just take a second, reflect on it. Have you met 100% of your goals that you set when you came here? Many of you had met 50% of them by this morning. Day's over. Where are you? I actually literally mean that. I can't see you.
I'll go with 95% confidence in it.
He's going, well, grade inflation or something. No, so we're just running a few of the tweets that people sent. Thank you for that. It's not the only data collection we'll be doing about this event, as you can imagine. We're not only tweeting our own horns here, and thank you for those who tweeted our horns for us. A lot of the sessions were, I think all of the sessions in this room were videoed, and those videos will be available to you. We do want to know how we can improve the conference, so please let us know what worked and what didn't so we can improve things for next year. I'm excited to let you know that we know when we'll be back here next year, so if you want to save the dates.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars, February 15th and 16th, 2018. And then there's my math. So what do you think? Was I right? Was I right?
I think you were right.
Think I was right? Yeah? I got it? Okay. I also, as we started us off yesterday morning, we cannot do this by ourselves. We are so excited about the good data grantees that as I really do view all of you and those organizations as the kernel of our new operating platform. We've been delighted at the lab and at Stanford PACS and at Stanford to be able to host the Markets for Good community in this last year and a half and to build on the extraordinary investments in that community that have been made by many individuals in this room, by the Gates Foundation, by LiquidNet, by many others, Case Foundation and others. We also have been experimenting for the last 18 months or so with the digitalimpact.io platform, which I'm going to either encourage or nag you, whichever one of those two verbs you prefer, to really help us make this what you need. But the really exciting thing about this is as the lab has been growing up, we're almost 3 years old, as we've been working with these communities and experimenting with this, as this conference is a part of our 1 + 1 = 3, we're very excited to say that we're actually starting to make great sense out of what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do is help you and all of your colleagues around the world have the impact that you care about in this digital age. So all of the Markets for Good work, all of the digitalimpact.io work, we're excited in the next couple of months we'll be relaunching it all as Digital Impact. Our gratitude to the Knight Foundation for helping us with this. This is a big step for a lab at a research institute. We have a lot of scholarship that we do, and I was delighted to be able to host up here some of the extraordinary faculty from the university, but we also are very much about practitioners. And our work and our learning really depends on you. So from now going forward, all of the community-facing, practitioner-facing work of the lab within Stanford PACS is going to be known as Digital Impact. And I want to thank you. I want to give you a hand for helping to help us see that this is the right way to go. So thank you for that. And like I said, the rebranding and all of that will start rolling out. Some of it's probably gone live while I'm standing here trying to figure out what button to press. But it will all be complete in the next couple of months, including the next round of the grants program. The RFP will go live in a few months. Please keep your eyes and ears open for that. We try not to spam people. We actually try to practice good data behavior, and just because you came to a conference here doesn't mean we're going to send you emails for the rest of your life. So if you do want to hear from us, let us know. It's an opt-in system, and we want to hear from you, and then we can share this information back. But you'll also be able to find all of this on our website. And then as if that's not enough,
we got the world tour. So we wanted to take this experience to the places that don't get to have experiences like this. Not everyone can come to Palo Alto. Not everyone can make the trip to the West Coast, let alone the United States. And so we're really excited to take some of what we've experienced here and bring it to cities around the world. Bring it to the places where conversations like this are happening, and we just need to connect the dots. We need to have our conversation go there, and we need to listen to them. There are places around the world that are wrestling with many of the questions we're beginning to wrestle with, and we can learn from their experience. We can learn from their knowledge. And so our goal is over 2017, we'll be visiting and taking the Digital Impact Conference around the world. And so we're very excited for this initiative. If you're in some of these cities, you should join us there too. It's going to be awesome. Each one is going to be a little bit unique and customized to that local community and the conversations that they're having. And we're going to be capturing learnings from all of these cities. We're going to be capturing video, and we're going to have blog posts and all sorts of stuff to share what the conversations are like in cities around the world. So be sure to continue to stay tuned for Digital Impact to learn more about the World Tour and the outcomes from the tour.
Absolutely. You really are the kernel of a global community. When I say that, the content from this conference and all of the ones coming up, starting in just 2 weeks in Toronto, assuming Mike Lenser ever got his wallet back. Because if he didn't, I got it somewhere. Mike and Powered by Data are our hosts in Toronto. And as we go to each of these places, these are locally relevant conferences designed in partnership with local hosts, but all of the content and the communities from those gatherings as well will be, the lab will be providing support to keep those resources flowing, to keep the information flowing, to provide you access with what we learn on that trip. So by the time we see you back here next February, this suitcase may, I don't know, it have a few 100,000 more miles on it. I will have a few 100,000 more miles on me. But I can't wait to see you then. Before we get there, there are a couple of people, as there always are with events like this, there are many people without whom none of this would have been possible. I'm going to embarrass them because you may have discovered by now that that's my favorite MO. I'd like to ask Carrie, Laura, Peter, and Shayani, who are the core staff from the Stanford Social Innovation Review, publishing side of the house, and the Digital Civil Society Lab. If you haven't already fled the building because you know I'm calling your name out, Andrew and I have some thank you gifts for you. And I'd ask everybody here to raise a toast, put your hands together for Carrie, Laura, Peter, and Shayani. It really wouldn't have happened without them. Thank you. Can I get them all? Nope, you can't. No, you can't have them all. Carrie's here.
Thank you.
I don't know where Peter went. All right, let's hear it. Thank you. And thank you.